What should a seller expect? What should a Sacramento seller expect from their realtor? So I want to tell you something, and as I tell you this, I want you to understand first and foremost that it is not only not nice to speak poorly of other people in my industry, it's outright illegal. It's illegal. And I say that because in the National Association of Realtors Code of Ethics, which is something that we have to uphold legally. It's like against the rules, lose your license, get fined if you talk smack about other agents. So as a real estate professor and as a longtime real estate professional, I absolutely adhere to that law. It's not okay for agents to say, oh, you listed with that agent? Good luck with that. Are there agents that do that? Probably. Is it nice of them? Probably not, right? Not everyone is created equally as far as the effort that they put forth. But I want to share something with you, and you can come to your own conclusion without me saying anything disparaging about anyone else in the industry. You know, whenever someone says that they have their home listed, if I meet them at a cocktail party or, you know, out and about, and someone says, oh, we just listed our home, we wish we knew you then. And I'll say, who'd you list it with? And I always ask because there are so many agents in Sacramento who have been through my classes. And when it is a name that I know or I think, oh, I think she was in my class, I'm always happy because then I know that that agent is following ethics. I know that they're being honest, that they're fully disclosing, that they're honoring their fiduciary relationship to their principal, which is you if you're the seller or you if you're the buyer, and I worry less. One of the reasons I've been teaching for over 2 decades at American River College is because I want more people with ethics in our industry. Okay, that's one of the reasons I teach. That said, I am last weekend holding a yard sale. I have a seller who is now a widow, and she is moving to a retirement community because she's still, you know, young and vivacious in her mid-70s, but she doesn't want to take care of a big house and a big yard and a pool and all that. So one of the things I do with my full service is I will host a garage sale or a yard sale, or if it's a probate or an estate sale, we can call it an estate sale. But I will host that, meaning I will advertise it all over, I will put signs all over, and I will get there with my fanny pack, and I will work it all day long. And if I need to bring someone, I will. Sometimes the seller is there or they have other people to help us. Great, the more the merrier. But I do that as part of my service. And of course, when the sale is over, and then the seller has decided what they want to donate, I'll help take care of the donation. Do you want to give it to the VA, the homeless VA society? Would you like it to go to this place? Do you want it to go to Goodwill? Where do you want it to be? And I will make sure that I get you a receipt for it so you can use that for your taxes, right? Not a CPA, but yes, donations count. Now, sometimes I have sellers who live out of town and they just entrust me to do the whole thing. And finally, once we've got the thing, you know, the thing sold or donated, then we've got to do a haul away because there's going to be garbage. There's going to be stuff that nobody wants to buy and that nobody wants to donate. And we got to have that hauled off. You know, all this stuff costs money and time and all of that. But that's part of my full services. I cover all that. I help you with all that. So I'm sitting at this yard sale and this person comes up to me who I didn't know and who said, we just listed our house and we're very disappointed with the agent. And I said, full disclosure, transparent, I am not allowed to make any disparaging remarks about any other industry professional. I just can't. It's against my code of ethics. It's against my moral compass. So he said to me, okay, at least tell me one thing. What do you charge? What is your fee? Now, I'm not going to get into numbers in this video because that would not be ethical of me either. But I quoted what I think a lot of agents probably charge. Remember, nothing is standardized. We cannot say that. It is illegal to say that. There's a huge lawsuit about it. So I will just say I charge a fee that I have always charged. It's the same fee my broker charges, and it's the same fee I think a lot of agents in the Sacramento area charge. So we'll just leave it at that. And he dropped his jaw. And he said, wait a minute. For that fee, you're doing all of this? I said, I haven't even gotten started. Once this yard sale's over and all the stuff's packed up and I have the donation place come pick it up and then she hires a housekeeper, which I will provide her with a housekeeper if she needs it, and all the junk is hauled off, which I can provide her with that person as well. Then it hits MLS, and it doesn't just hit MLS, it hits all the websites that feature homes. And then I do my reverse marketing. Okay. Then I hold it open. I do an open house extravaganza where it's like not just a little old open house. It's a big deal. Lots of signs, goodies, prizes. I make it an event. It's an open house event. And I advertise it and I run ads on social media. And I get people's eyes on that property. And this guy was looking at me and he's like, you know what? This agent that listed my house priced it, or her fee is exactly what your fee is, and she's only been here once. She hasn't offered to help me do anything else. She hasn't held it open 3 weeks. The listing's been there. Hasn't held it open once. Hasn't ran any ads. And I asked her about social media, and she says houses don't really sell from social media. So yeah, again, this is me not saying anything negative about any particular agent, but just letting you know when you are a seller, you need to get as much bang for your buck as you can. And I think attorneys are probably similar in that, let's just say a probate attorney charges $15,000 as a flat fee, if and probate attorneys do not charge like that. For the most part, they charge based on a percentage of the purchase price, or maybe it's the sales price. Anyway, they charge on a percentage. So if you've got a $1 million home that's in probate, when I hope it's not, I hope the person did a trust, because that's a lot of money spent on a probate attorney. But it's going to be a percentage of that. Whereas if it's a $300,000 house, the probate attorney is probably going to charge less. So I will just say, when I tell people, because I don't want to ever misquote or misrepresent or pretend that I'm an attorney when I am not, I will just say usually a probate attorney is going to charge somewhere in the average price range of, $15,000, could be as low as 12, could be as high as 25, depending on how big the property is. Okay. So the attorney is going to get that flat fee no matter what. Now, how much the attorney puts into it. Do they have conversations? Do they text you or call you back? Do they email you back? Do they take a few minutes talking to you? Or are they just like, this is that, this is that, this is that? Or ignore you or ghost you? You see, so in any industry, you're going to have certain fees that are being charged to the consumer. And you could say, okay, well, that's standard, even though we can't say that. You could say, well, that's just the price that most real estate agents or real estate attorneys or real estate agents charge. That's just the kind of the average, even though we're not supposed to say average. People have a fee, and that's what it is. But what you get from one and what you get from the other can be dramatically different. Dramatically different. I'm not a discount broker. I do not say, I'll sell your house for this much, and and all I got to do is the paperwork and blah, 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 because that wouldn't be protecting you. When I represent someone, I want to make sure that they're getting a full service. Why? Because I know after all these years in this business how flippin' stressful and emotional it is to sell a house, especially when you have someone coming here and they want to give you less money for your house. Then they want you to fix a bunch of stuff that shouldn't even need to be fixed in the first place. It's very stressful. So I am part therapist, part paralegal, part negotiator, and absolute protector of your time and your money. And so, yes, do I give full service? 100%. I will never discount myself, but I don't consider myself, what do you call it? Like a premier agent. Like, I'm not going to bring furniture and stage your home and, it's got to be $3 million for me to list it and all of that. I do what I think all agents should do. I help my clients get the most money in the best amount of time. I don't always say the fastest, because some people want to list their home, but they're having a home built, or they're not moving for 2 months, so they don't want it to sell super fast, or they want to sell or rent back for 2 months. So I don't say the fastest. I say whatever your timeline is my timeline. So if that sounds interesting to you and you would like to talk to me about listing your home, even if it's not for a year, if you want me to come look at your property, or you want to show me pictures of your property, you can walk around with your phone and we can look at some stuff. Do that all the time. Not a problem. happy to talk to you, happy to develop a relationship with you so that you can see that I'm trustworthy, that I put my money where my mouth is, and I work very, very hard for my clients. So let me know if you want to talk, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Happy spring. Bye-bye for now.